This video is for B Form. Subject Environmental Sciences, EVS. Our topic is pollution. In the topic pollution, the subtopic is air pollution. The history of the air pollution already we discussed in previous video. So we are going to discuss other aspects of air pollution and pollutants. Types and sources of air pollution. What is air pollution? Air pollution occurs due to the presence of undesirable solid or gaseous particles in the air in quantities that are harmful to human health and environment. Air may get polluted by natural causes such as volcanoes, which release ash, dust, sulfur and other gases, or by forest fire that are occasionally naturally caused by lightning. In the forest region, when the strong thunderstorm or came and the lightning have happened in the clouds, then the lights are burn the trees which are found in the forest. So they are the natural cause for the burning of forest, and when the forests are burned, then they release huge amount of smoke and air pollutants like carbon, sulfur and many more. The second one is the volcanoes. The volcanoes are found under the sea or over the ground. When they are in active form, they release the lava, and the lava or the waste material which released by volcanoes create huge fumes like clouds, and the clouds get suspended in air. When they precipitate, they create the acid rain. The acid rain is very harmful to the climate. So the volcanoes which create pollution by the activity of the gaseous compounds like sulfur and other harmful gases, which generally decrease the quality of the air which we inhale by our nostrils, and our lungs get the carcinogenic products like lead, sulfur and mercury. When they goes to the respiratory system, they strongly harm the alveoli and create the cancer. So they are the carcinogenic elements. Pollutants that are emitting directly from identifiable sources are produced both by natural events, example dust storms and volcanic eruptions. Previously we discussed these topics. And human activities, emission of vehicles, industry, these are called primary pollutants. Primary pollutants are those pollutants which produced in large amount by the primary resources. There are 5 primary pollutants that together contribute about 90% of the global air pollution. These are carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxide, sulfur oxide, volatile organic compounds, mostly hydrocarbons and suspended particulate matter. The atmosphere normally disperses pollutants by mixing them in the very large volume or air that occur the earth. This dilutes the pollutants to acceptable level. The rate of dispersion, however, varies in relation to the pollutants effects. Topography. Normally, as the earth's surface becomes warmed by sunlight, the layer of the air in contact with the ground is also heated, and convection. This warmer air is less dense than the cold air above it, so it rises. Thus, pollutants provided in the surface layer are effectively dispersed. However, on a still evening, the process is reversible. An hour or two before sunset, after a sunny day, the ground starts to lose that heat, and air near the ground begin to cool rapidly due to the absence of wind. Due to the absence of wind, a static layer of cold air is produced as the ground cools. This in turn induces consideration or condensation to fog. The morning sun cannot initially penetrate this fog layer. The cold air, being dense, cannot rise, is trapped by the warm air above. It cannot move out of the area due to the surrounding. The topographic feature resemble a closed chemical reactor in which the pollutants are trapped. This condition often continues through the cool night. The topographic features are features which present in nature like mountains, deserts, fields and river. When the morning sun warms the ground, the air near the ground also warm up and rise within an hour too. This may be broken by up strong winds. In cold regions, this situation is known as smoke. Here is the figure of this process. Please see the figure thoroughly and understand the process which is going on. after the process of air pollution, we are going to see the how the air pollution effect on living organism. Or simply we can say that the effect of the air pollution on our environment. Our respiratory system has a number of mechanisms that help in the protecting us from air pollution. The hair in our nose filters out large particles. The sticky mucus in the lip of the upper respiratory tract capture small particles and dissolve some gaseous pollutants. But these hurdles can prevent or can stop only some amount of the pollutants which are in large particle size. Prolonged smoke or exposure to air pollutants can overload or break down these natural defenses, causing or contribute to diseases such as lung cancer, asthma, chronic bronchitis, and eczema. Cigarette smoking is responsible for the greatest exposure to carbon dioxide. Exposure to air containing even 0.001% of carbon monoxide for several hours can cause collapse, coma, and even death. As carbon monoxide remains attached to hemoglobin in blood for a long time, it accumulates and reduces the oxygen carrying capacity of the blood. This impairs perception and thinking, so slow reflexes, and causes headache, drowsiness, dizziness, and nausea. Carbon monoxide in heavy traffic causes headache, drowsiness, and blurred vision. When we are stuck in traffic and not have a good quality of mask or other equipment, then we inhale huge amount of carbon monoxide in our lungs, and then it circulates in our body by the help of blood. When the blood gets more carbon monoxide or huge amount of carbon monoxide, it cannot carry oxygen in a proper amount. When the oxygen is not carried by the RBCs, then the brain get not their nutrients in sufficient amount. When the brain doesn't found the amount to work properly, then it creates many type of symptoms like illusion, blurred vision, drowsiness, and headache. The primary cause of these types of symptoms is carbon monoxide inhaled by the human being in heavy amount. The third or sulfur dioxide irritates respiratory tissues. Chronic exposure causes a condition similar to bronchitis. Sulfur dioxide irritates our respiratory tissues. Chronic exposure causes condition of similar to bronchitis. In bronchitis, a person cannot inhale the proper or sufficient amount of gases by their bronchioles. This causes the bronchitis, and the type of symptom like bronchitis caused by over inhaling the sulfur contents. It also reacts with water, oxygen, and other materials in the air to form sulfur containing acids. The acid can become attached to particles which, when inhaled, are very corrosive to the lungs. Last one is the nitrogen oxide. Nitrogen oxide, especially NO2, can irritate the lungs or aggravate asthma or chronic bronchitis, and also increase susceptibility of respiratory infection such as influenza and common cold. Nitrogen oxide irritates the wall of the bronchioles, so when we inhale some types of allergen that cause influenza and common cold, which go easily in the circulatory system by the ruptured bronchioles. Effect on plants. The air pollution is the very common cause for our ecosystem to disturb the cycle of the plantation or the type of plants. When some gaseous pollutants enter leaf pores, they damage the leaves of crop plants. Chronic exposure of the leaves to air pollutants can break down the waxes coating that helps prevent excessive water loss. The waxeous compounds which are found on the leaves upper layer, they are coated by the plants on the leaves for the prevention of the excess water loss, to prevent the plant for using less water for their survival. And when the gaseous pollutants which are harmful for these type of layer, they create the layer heavily harm and corrosive, and the layer became very thin. So when the layer became very thin, the gaseous pollutants directly entered the plant, and the water used by plant in heavy amount for their photosynthesis, and they lose over water. So when they lose over water, the plant get ruined by the environmental causes. Such exposure interferes with photosynthesis and plant growth, reduces nutrients uptake, and causes leaves to turn yellow, brown, or drop off altogether. By the effect of air pollutants, the leaves get contaminated or ruined heavily and not able to produce food for the plants, or simply we can say the photosynthesis process of the plant is fully damaged with the leaves. And when the leaves are damaged, the plant could not get the food in proper or sufficient amount. By this event, the plant day by day goes to end their lives. At a higher concentration of sulfur dioxide, majority of the flowers buds become stiff and hard. They eventually fall from the plants as they are unable to flower. Prolonged exposure to high level of several air pollutants from smelters, coal burning power plants and industrial units, as well as from cars and trucks, can damage trees and other plants. Effect of air pollution on materials. Effect of air pollution on materials. Every year, air pollutants cause damage worth of billions of rupees. Air pollutants break down exterior paints on cars and houses. What are the pollutants that harm the paint? There are some pollutants which harm the paints like sulfur, lead or other acidic compounds. They chemically react with the compounds of the paint and create a proper chelates formed on the surface of the car paints and create the color of the car go to very dull day by day in the direct exposure of air. Around the world, air pollutants have discolored irreplaceable monuments, historic buildings, marble and statues. The most common example of these monuments is the Taj Mahal of India. The leather factories create heavy metals like lead or arsenic in the environment by the burning of the skin of animals or the keratin, which are used to process a skin of any animal for industrial purpose. The keratin, when burns in fire, create heavy amounts of heavy metals which goes to the air and trapped by the air in troposphere. When the particles suspended in the air and comes down with the time of evening, the monument which made up of marbles getting in direct exposure of these type of dust which suspended by the air on the monument's floor. When the monument's floor covered by these type of dust with the help of the air, it creates very harmful chemical reaction on the surface of the marble, and when the marble with the chemicals reacts, they get day by day dull, and erosion is going to found in the marble surface. When these events happen, the quality of the marble and the color of the marble goes down day by day. So the Indian government take a tough decision to stop the industrial events in the area of Taj Mahal. So these air pollutants became very short or goes to end in excess of time. Effect of air pollution or stratosphere. The upper stratosphere consists of the considerable amounts of ozone, which works as an effective screen for UV rays. The ozone layer reflects more ultraviolet rays which comes from the sun with their light. The ozone layer extends up to 60 kilometers above the surface of the Earth. Though the ozone presents up to 60 kilometers, its greatest density remains in the region between 20 to 25 kilometers. The ozone layer does not consist of solely ozone but a mixture of other common atmospheric gases. In the most dense ozone layer, there will be only the ozone molecules in 1 lakh gas molecules. Therefore, even small changes in the ozone concentration can produce dramatic effects on life on Earth. The total amount of ozone in a column of air from the Earth's surface up to an altitude of 50 kilometers in the total column ozone. This is recorded in the Dobson unit, called DU, a measure of thickness of ozone layer by an equivalent layer of pure ozone gas at normal temperature and pressure of sea level. This means that 100 DU is equal to 1 mm of pure ozone gas at normal temperature. Ozone is a form of oxygen with 3 atoms instead of 2 oxygen gas molecules in the atmosphere. The ozone thus formed is constantly broken down by naturally occurring process that maintain its balance in the ozone layer. In the absence of pollutants, the creation and breakdown of ozone layer purely governed by natural process, but the presence of certain pollutants can accelerate the breakdown of ozone. Though it was known earlier that ozone shows fluctuation in its concentration, which may be accompanied sometimes with a little ozone deficit. It was only 1985 that the large scale of, also called ozone hole, ozone depletion. What does it do? Change in the ozone layer have serious implications for mankind. Effect on human health: sunburn, cataract, aging of skin, and skin cancer are caused by increased UV radiation. It weakens the immune system by suppressing the resistance of the whole body to certain infections like measles, chickenpox, other viral disease that elicits rash and parasitic disease such as malaria introduces through the skin. Food production: UV radiation affects the ability of the plant to capture light energy during the process of photosynthesis. This reduces the nutrients content and the growth of the plant. Plant and animal planktons are damaged. The UV radiation of zooplanktons, microscopic animals. The breeding is shortened by the change in radiation. Effect on materials: increased UV radiation damage paints and fabric, causing them to fade faster. Effect on climate: observation of the earth have shown beyond doubt that its atmospheric constituents such as water, carbon dioxide, methane, nitrogen, and CFC traps heat in the form of the IR radiation near the Earth's surface. This is known as greenhouse effect. There could be several adverse effects at global warming. Here is the diagram of the balanced and unbalanced condition of the environment. Here is the greenhouse effect. First, heat come from sun, atmosphere heated, and heat some amount of heat reflected into the earth under the ground, and some of heat goes into the up to the air. This is the balanced condition. When the amount of heat does not excel upward, then the heat accumulate on the surface of the air. It is called the unbalanced condition. There could be several effects on global warming. With a warmer earth, the polar ice caps will melt, causing a rise in ocean level and flooding of coastal areas. In countries like Bangladesh or Maldives, this would be catastrophic. If sea level rise by 3 meters, Maldives will disappear completely from the earth. The rise in the temperature will bring about a fall in agriculture procedure. Changes in distribution of solar energy can bring the changes in habitat. This could bring about changes in species, natural plants, agricultural crops, insects, livestock, and microorganisms. Control measure of air pollution. Air pollution can be controlled by two fundamental approaches: preventing techniques on effective control. One of the effective means of controlling place. This includes devices for removal the pollutants like dry, wet condition filters and electronic participators, providing the greater height to the stacks can help the facilities the discharges of the pollutants far away from the ground as much possible. Industries should be located in the place as to minimize the effect of pollution and counteracting the substitution to raw material that cause pollution. Air pollution in India. WHO, which rates only mega cities at the world, has rated Delhi 4th. Here is some data of the air pollution in India. Please see the data thoroughly. Air quality monitoring. India does not presently have a well-established system for the monitoring of the air pollution. When air quality is going to begin in India in the late 1960s. Please see the data. In today's class, we have covered all the topics related to our air pollution. We are going to get the summary of this topic. First, we get the history of air pollution, and second, the structure of the atmosphere, types and sources of air pollution. In this, we read what is air pollution, topography, and effect of air pollution on living organisms, effect on plants, effect of air pollution and materials, effect of air pollution on stratosphere. Ozone is from oxygen or ozone layer damage. What is ozone and how the ozone layer would be damaged by our air pollutants. Effect on human health, ozone depletion, what does it do? Food production, effect on material, effect on climate. We also discuss about the topic greenhouse effect, what is the balanced condition and what is the unbalanced condition. Control measure of air pollution, how could we control the air pollution and how could we create the air free from pollutants. Air pollution in India. Air quality monitoring or air quality index or indexing. So here is the topic covered by me is completed, air pollution. So students, I am requesting to you that any objection or queries which you have seen in this topic, please go with the comments and question about this topic and get the answer from me in other video or in the second video of this topic discussed. This is the greenhouse effect.